Hello my friends, this is the video that I made on NIO about 5 days ago on March 16th when the price of this asset was at $5.58, and here you can see the trade that was quite risky. It is an algo trade from the 0.5 FIBO retracement level to the algo price target of negative 0.236. Which implied about 2% of downside potential with about 20% of upside potential. So risk to reward ratio in this particular trade was about 10 to 1. And I have to say that its current price action showed that we were wrong. And it is nothing bad with this fact. You know that no one can be 100% correct. And let me show you the most important part of this recent price action. As you can see, I set the stop loss order at about $5.5, which implied about 2% of downside potential. And guys, let me show you this movement in details. As you can see, right after I made my previous video, we had this quite significant movement to the upside. To this point, as you can see, we retested the range of resistance that again I marked on my previous video. Then we had a rollover and we found, let me show you again, let me show you this horizontal line from this bottom. You can see that we retested this range a couple of times, and then with the conviction of volume we broke it to the downside. And it is nothing bad with this price action. We had losses of about 2%, but these losses gave us an opportunity to save, let me show you, to save about 9.5%. And on top of that, I think we can still have a movement to the downside to retest its swing low at $4.8. And guys, previously I made a couple of videos and I caught this movement to the upside and we retested this range of resistance from which we had this rollover. And if you want to enhance your trading skills, if you want to read the charts easily, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to join my Patreon account, where for the $35 a month you will be able to drastically enhance your trading skills. On top of that, for the first 100 subscribers I will do a giveaway. I will do a technical analysis based on your request on any asset that you might find. On top of that, guys, for now there is not so many people inside the Discord community. That is why almost 100% of my time will be dedicated to you, and it is pretty much the one-on-one training for the price of $450 a month, for the price of just a fraction of it, of $35. I think it is quite fair deal.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
Let's continue with the price action itself. I have to say that we broke several crucial levels. I don't need several tools. Let's delete all of them that I don't need right now. And we have quite substantial movement to the downside with an increase in volume. And this particular volume shows that potentially we might see the trend continuation and we might retest this bottom. In a minute, I will show you my technical analysis and the forecast for this asset. But for now, let's continue with the fundamental news. What news might be the catalyst for this asset for upcoming weeks? First of all, I want to pay attention to this article that was published on cnevpost.com, and it was published just 2 days ago. It's titled, China EV Insurance Registrations for Week Ending March 17. NIO registered 2.2 thousand vehicles. And guys, as you can see, NIO doesn't perform very well during this week from March 11th till March 17th, and let me quote to this. As of March 17, NIO's cumulative insurance registrations so far for this month stood at 5.5 thousand units. And I showed you this chart on my previous video. It cannot break its previous swing highs, and it cannot establish its all-time high of production and registered vehicles. So that was set at the very end of 2023 at the level of about 5.8 thousand units. Let me go to further. NIO delivered 8,132 vehicles in February, a decrease of 33.11% year-on-year and down 19.12% from January. According to figures it released on March the 1st. NIO guided first quarter vehicle deliveries to be in the range of 31,000 to 33,000 vehicles when it announced its fourth quarter 2023 financial results on March the 5th. Considering it delivered 10,055 vehicles in January and 8,132 vehicles in February, the guidance means it expected to deliver between 12,813 and 14,813 vehicles in March. And guys, according to its latest performance, during which they delivered for this month only 5.5 thousand units, and this information was as of March 17th, this means we have a lot of doubts that they can reach their target of higher than 12.8 thousand vehicles. This means the bearish pressure still continues on this asset, but let me show you its major fundamental news that potentially might lead to higher price targets, but in the long-term perspective. Let me show you first of all this one. NIO launches new 75 kWh battery pack using only LFP cells, expected to further reduce costs. And it is quite good news, but definitely it is a long-term catalyst, because NIO has to reduce its cost of goods, and they have to increase their gross margin. And they are trying to do it with a highly competitive environment. We know that a lot of companies are fighting for their market share. And for example, BYD and Tesla reduced their prices for several times for this year alone, and it is quite a harsh environment at the moment, and that is why NIO doesn't have the best gross margin numbers at all. Let me show you that we have first pictures of their sub brand, and it is a Firefly brand, and this vehicle should cost less than $27.7 thousand in Chinese market. And guys, you know that NIO just recently announced its first sub-brand Onvo, and this is the second sub-brand. And you can see that it has quite different approach to the market. For example, if you compare it with the Tesla has only several models, and they launched their models in the course of several years. For now, they have Model S, Model X, Model Y, Model 3 and Cybertruck. They have basically 5 models on the market, and NIO has 8 models on their first brand, on NIO itself, and they are aiming to compete with Tesla and with more luxury vehicles. Next, their sub-brand for now has, I think, about 3 models, and their sub-brand will have at least 1. At the moment, you can see this model. And it costs a lot for this type of companies. And guys, if you take a look on their financials, let me show you right here. If you click on more financials on tradingview.com, and here we are on statements top folder and income statements sub-top folder. You can see on operating expenses, if you open this sub-menu, selling and general administrative expenses. In total, they spent about $1.1 billion during Q4 of 2023. If you take a look on the research and development spendings, you can see that they spent more than $500,000 in Q4 of 2023. And if you take a look on the same numbers for Tesla, again, operating expenses, selling general and administrative expenses, research and development, they spent about twice as much as NIO. But guys, the trickiest part is right here. NIO, let me show you that NIO sold about 160,000 vehicles in 2023. And Tesla at the same year sold 1.8 million units, and this means they more than 10 times in the production numbers. Tesla is selling more than 10 times of their vehicles, and they have an R&D spendings just 2 times higher. This means NIO spends a lot to make this type of to launch their brands, to launch their sub-brands, and this is not the best sign from the fundamental standpoint. But if they have enough cash on hands, and we know that they have basically quite deep pockets, they can achieve their goals if the competitive environment will be more friendly to them. And guys, that is why let's continue with the technical analysis. And before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell, and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. Because of all of this news, we can see the movement to the downside, short and medium term movement to the downside that will at least, that should, let's put it this way, that should at least retest it $4.8, its lowest point for quite a long period of time. And depending on the price action around this range, we might see the next potential leg. And I will do another update within the next couple of days in order to show you and in order to find out its potential movement. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm back.